Hi skate pals! I'm Elizabeth from Geek Girl Skates, and in this video I'm bringing you a review of my skate diary for September 2021. I try and get video almost every time I go skating so I can watch them back and see my progression and celebrate my successes and share them on social media, which if you're not following me already, go ahead and find me on Instagram and TikTok. I'm Geek Girl Skates. And if you keep a similar skate diary, go ahead and tag me in your posts because I love seeing skater progression. Let's make a start looking at this footage. So in September, we still had some really lovely weather here in Northeast England, and it meant I was able to get out to the skate parks pretty regularly, so I was really happy about that. I hadn't been to this particular skate park in quite a while and I really missed it, and I'd forgotten how much I had actually missed it. It definitely took me a while to kind of get used to the ramps a little bit here, and so I was just trying to take my time warming up. If you happen to see my post on Instagram from this day, this is that day that I would notice my wheels weren't spinning, and I definitely had a bit of a bearing disaster because they were absolutely filthy and weren't turning very well. But I still actually managed to start landing half cabs. So when I was doing the International Game of Roller Skate on Facebook a few years ago, I learned so many tricks in a really short space of time. For me, this meant that I learned a lot of tricks like really quickly, but it meant that I wasn't practicing them once I got the trick, which meant I forgot kind of how to do stuff. So I literally had just landed a couple of half cabs and submitted that as my footage for the trick, but like if I went back and tried to do a half cab again, like I definitely couldn't. So I was really pleased. I was finally starting to get my half cabs again. So I was actually having a really good skate day despite my bearings like being really awful. I also discovered that this ramp is actually really fun to grind on. Last time I visited the skate park, I hadn't even really started practicing coping grinds, and that was a few years ago. So trying them out at this park was really nice. I felt like my wheels weren't going to catch on the deck or on the ramp themselves as easily, and I think that's because this is a metal ramp. Anyways, it was really, really nice and something I'm still working on. Yeah, little baby grind. I really like that. Yeah, another half cab. Oh, I was so stoked that day. I was like, yes, I am on fire. Little Marilyn. Yeah, also working on those fakie stalls because I'm just at that point, I think, where I'm starting to get a nice solid fakie stall, and because I'd really like to be able to do a fakie stall and a 180 back in, but I'm not quite there yet. Usually when I'm at the skate park, I'm really bad and I almost always stick to the the half pipes. I almost never practice other things. So I really love this 180 off ledge. I think that's so sweet. And they also have this nice little spine into a bowl. By this point, I had switched out my bearings to a new set, but they didn't roll very well. How much do bearings actually affect your skating? Well, it turns out quite a bit. In the mini ramp, I was having trouble actually just getting up to the coping, which was like really weird. In the slightly larger mini ramp, it took so much more effort just to get up to the coping of the spine. Usually I'm like, ooh, so close to actually airing this thing, but this was taking me so much more effort. Yeah, so another skate outside, and this is another one of my favorite little mini ramps. It's a really nice smooth concrete and it is a delight to skate on. You don't get many skate parks like this in the Northeast. So this one is always a pleasure to skate at. I think by this point I had swapped my bearings out for something better, so I had a little bit more oomph behind my skating. So I was just really practicing like stalls this day, a little bit of practicing some grinds, but really I was just working on perfecting my stalls. I feel like I've been neglecting them a bit because I've been practicing some other tricks. Yeah, I just needed to kind of get back to basics and kind of really work on stringing them all together into a nice little run. So I've cut out some of the extra in-betweeny bits just because otherwise you're just going to be staring at the coping and the ramp, and that's a bit boring. Yeah, new skate day. Like I said, I did a lot of skating in September, and this is a bit of test footage. I love this mini ramp, but there's actually no place to put a camera tripod so that you can film both sides of the mini ramp at the same time. So what I did was I found a little clip-on fisheye lens that just attaches to my phone. And voila, it means I can get both sides of the mini ramp in view, and down I go. Believe it or not, this is a different skate day. I'm wearing different clothes. I've been working on my backside 180s for forever, and I was getting so frustrated. So I finally asked a friend to just, film me while I was skating my backside 180s and where I was at. So this is the footage of my backside 180 that evening. And then 15 minutes before the skate session ended, oh my god, I literally just started doing it and I was like, where have you been all my life? All of a sudden, it's working, and it is a completely different feeling. I was absolutely stoked. I was so happy that it happened. Once I actually started to land the backside 180s, I was like, I couldn't skate the next day, but I really wanted to get back and try it again. But oh man, I was so happy because not only was I landing my half cabs here, but I was also landing my backside 180s. I was I was ecstatic. I was so afraid I was going to lose it in 2 days' time. And that would have been so gutting. I would have been devastated if it just didn't happen. And with any trick, there was definitely a few where it wasn't quite right yet. And I was like, oh no, I've lost it. But it was okay because somehow I remembered what it was that I needed to do and it just worked out. Yeah, we're back at this lovely concrete park, and because I hadn't done a backside 180 there and I hadn't done a half cab there, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to do these here because I go here all the time. Oh yeah, and then I just got this around the world stall out of nowhere. I was like, yeah, I'll give that a go. I'm on fire with these half cabs and backside 180s, so yeah, let's just go for it. And it wasn't nearly as scary as I thought it was going to be. I was just, oh man, I feel like things have really started to come together. So like I said, it's actually really hard to get me off the half pipes, but something I've really been, keen to work on again is 360s, and I will take these to the half pipe soon, but I just wanted to feel like I was getting them on the more or less flat ground first. Yeah, I was so sore after all that. And then I was like, okay, yeah, let's go back to the half pipe and we'll practice some more backside 180s. Nearly lost it again. I was like, oh no, my legs are just, it's like they forgot what to do. Yeah, half cabs weren't coming that night either. I have done a half cab on this ramp before, but a few weeks ago, I landed one really well. Obviously, I don't have this on footage, but I landed it really well, and then you just kind of fell off the coping and smashed onto my butt. That was unpleasant. So anyways, I have gotten these backside 180s back again, so that was quite nice. Oh yeah, and then a backside 180 with a 180 re-entry. I mean, why not? If you're nice and stable. And then I kind of dedicated the rest of the session to trying to get a 50-50 stall. Because, I'm going to keep working on these backside 180s and I'm going to keep working on these half cabs, but I do get bored a little bit easily, and I'm like, okay, what's next? We're gonna, let's find the next trick to work on. And I've kind of been playing with these a bit, but not drilling them specifically. It's more okay, well, we're at the day, so I'll just give it a go, but that's about it. So yeah, I'm landing it, and I'm landing with my feet on the coping, and I'm really, really happy with that. But I think I'm not landing with my knees bent enough, and this means that I keep traveling towards, off the deck and into the railing, and keep having to use that railing to hold me in place. But I think I just need to trust that my feet are going to go in the right place, because clearly they were. I just need to bend my knees a bit more, and I think that'll make me a bit more stable and less likely to just fall off the coping. So yeah, that's about all of my footage from September. I hope you guys enjoyed watching that and hearing kind of like what it was that I was working on and what my successes were. I mean, there's definitely some failures in there as well, but that's okay because that's just part of learning. If you like this video and you like the videos that you're finding on my channel, don't forget to subscribe and please like this video. And if you want notifications for when I release a new video, tick the bell because then you'll get an alert every time I post, and I don't post that often. So you probably won't be inundated with little notifications about my new videos. Well, I think that's all for now. I'm really looking forward to skating in October, but the weather's changing a bit. So I think that's all for now, and keep roller skating.